it's no secret that improving your clubhead speed can help you shoot lower scores. Now, why is this? Well, if you improve your clubhead speed, chances are you're going to hit the ball further. If you hit the ball further, that means then you have shorter distances into the green, which means with those shorter clubs, you have a higher chance of hitting that ball closer to the hole. Closer to the hole means that you have more chances of holding makeable putts. So in today's video, I'm going to show you 3 effortless tips you can do that are going to transform your clubhead speed and allow you to swing faster. You do not want to miss this. So before we get into the video, the first thing that we have to understand is that when we are increasing our clubhead speed, we still have to make sure we hit it in the middle of the face. The reason for this is because if we start to hit it out of the heel, the toe too much, we miss the middle of the face, what happens is our transfer of energy between the club head and the ball drops. So if we want to hit the ball further, not only do we have to increase the clubhead speed, but we have to transfer that clubhead speed into what we class as ball speed. Best way of doing that is by hitting it in the middle of the face. So the first key that we're going to go through to help you increase your clubhead speed drastically is having a good grip. I see so many people get the grip wrong. When they get it too much in the palm of their hand, especially with their lead hand, what then happens is this now means you cannot use your wrists effectively. The wrists are one of the biggest speed sources, power sources we have in a golf swing. If we now can't use our wrists and everything's very stiff and rigid, your speed is going to plummet. So make sure you have a good grip. Now, if we use this in an analogy, if you imagine like using a hammer, if I grip it in the palm, I cannot generate any speed in the head of the hammer. Versus if I was gripping it in the fingers, I'm able to generate a lot more speed, a lot more leverage. And it's exactly the same thing in a golf swing. If I have a good grip, I can set my wrist correctly. I can release them out at the right time. I can make sure the club face is in a great position. Grip has a huge influence over club face. If I'm releasing the club correctly, I have the club face in a good position. Not only is that going to increase my clubhead speed, it's also going to mean I can get into a far better impact position, resulting in not only longer shots, but straighter shots and more efficient shots. So I cannot stress how important this is. I know you've heard it a million times, but trust me, you have to have a great grip. Now, I've gone into the grip in a huge detailed video. I'll leave the link up here. Be sure to go and watch it. It's got everything you need to know about the grip, but just as a little key in terms of what we're looking for. We obviously want to be holding the club in the fingers, right? But the key is in the detail. We want to hold the base of the fingers on the side of the grip. The biggest issue that I see is people know they're trying to hold the club in the base of the fingers, but what do? They place it on the bottom of the grip. They close their hand up and boom, there is your palmy grip. There is your lack of clubhead speed and lack of club face control. So make sure that when you take your grip, the base of the fingers go on the side of the grip. Now the second key checkpoint is that this heel pad is on top of the grip. I should be able to take my bottom 3 fingers off and just hold the club with the heel pad and that index finger, and I can hold it in there for as long as I like because I've got a great secure hold on the club. And like I said, this is going to allow you to use your wrists as leverage. You can release them out, you can control the club face, and ultimately you can hit not only longer but straighter drives. You've heard it a million times, but trust me, fix that and you'll see huge speed gains straight away. The second key to increasing your clubhead speed is to use your legs in the backswing. Now I know what you're thinking, hold up, use the legs in the backswing? I thought we were supposed to use them in the downswing. Well, actually you're supposed to use them in the whole swing. Golf's an athletic motion like any other sport. You need to use your whole body in order to generate the most amount of clubhead speed. Now, using the legs in the downswing is fantastic. It's going to help you with your sequencing, your consistency, your low point control, so many things, and also your clubhead speed. But if you don't set your backswing up in the right position, you've got no chance of being able to use your legs correctly in the downswing. So what are the 2 most common issues that absolutely kill your speed and your consistency in the backswing? The first one is this sort of stationary frozen takeaway position. So people, they often stand way too long over the ball, and then as they take it back, they just take the club back with their arms or just with their chest. They're not using their legs. There's no sort of momentum being generated. The second issue that I see is players that don't use their legs in the backswing as they go further up. So they stay very rigid with their legs. They maintain a lot of flex, or if anything, they might even drop down in height. Becomes a very armsy backswing. Now, if you've dropped down in height, you can't go any lower, so you have to react and then push straight out of the ground. That's a massive speed killer and a consistency killer. So hopefully you've seen in the first 2 points already, if we improve them, you're not only going to increase your clubhead speed, you're also going to hit the ball way better. So these are must do's. I cannot stress this enough. Now, let's relate this to another sport. or another athletic motion. If I was to drop the club on the ground, two athletic motions that this 100% applies to: throwing a ball and a vertical jump. If I throw a ball, I'm going to shift my weight from my left foot to my right foot and back. Things are moving dynamically. If you look at the NFL combine and they do that one where they jump up and try and go as high as they can, what do? They don't just start low and just jump up, right? They use momentum. They go up, down, and then they explode up. So that up part is so crucial. Relate that to golf. That up part is the backswing. The throwing motion, that shift to the right leg, is the backswing. So this is an athletic motion. We need to be able to control our body. So what are we looking to happen? Well, as we start back, we want to be seeing our left foot push out of the ground so that two things happen. Number one, you're going to feel like your pressure shifts from your left foot to your right foot. And number two, you're going to feel like you get a little bit taller. Now, straight away, people are going to be like, taller, that's not good. But here's the key. As we try and get taller with our legs, we're pushing out of the ground. We want to be feeling like we keep some tilt to the shoulders. So this is where our legs are pushing us up and out of the ground as we keep some tilt to the shoulders. Think about the vertical jump. This has now created the position to where now you can squat down, you can shift, you can then explode out of the ground. So part of increasing your club head speed, part of improving your downswing is to improve your leg work in the backswing. Grab the club, pop it on your shoulders. Make a backswing, feel like you're pushing out of the ground, you're getting taller, but you're keeping this tilt to your shoulders. This is going to keep you in that correct body angle. From there, you're then going to be able to use your legs correctly in the downswing, ultimately increasing your club head speed, but also your consistency. Let me give this a go for you right here. So again, do some of those drills where you keep it on the shoulder, the club on the shoulders, you're feeling like you're getting taller, head staying centered, and from there you can feel like your legs are pushing out of the ground. Same thing applies now with the golf club. Feel like I'm pushing out of the ground, getting a little bit taller as I keep the tilt to my shoulders. Let me give it a go for you. Let's see what we can do right here. So good ball position, good setup, push out of the ground. Let's see what happens. So tip number 3 is to clear the hip and squeeze the cheeks. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, we're keeping the theme exactly the same. We're using the lower body. So once you're in that good top of the backswing position, you've gotten up into a nice tall position. I'm going to assume you've shifted into that left side. That's pretty much a natural reaction as to this good top of the backswing position. Now, what do we do? And this is where I find a lot of players get stuck. So you want to be feeling like you can push your lead hip up and out of the way as you squeeze your glutes underneath you. So you're trying to squeeze your glute muscles together. Now, the reason why this is actually really important is if you think about sort of the lackluster downswings you see, you'll see people just push straight up this way where they haven't cleared the hip, or you'll see people, they'll sort of pull this lead hip back this way and they'll get into this position, then you're not engaging your glutes. So this is why I've paired them together. You want to clear the hip into this spot, and then you want to squeeze the glutes right here. So let's give you a great drill that's going to help you with this. Well, what I want you to do is grab the golf club and you're going to put the butt end of the grip on sort of your left hip, and then you're going to hold it in here with your right hand by your right hip. You've got the toe of the club pointing straight up there. Now, as you come into impact, you want to feel like you push your left hip up and back, and you try and get your club head roughly pointing at the ball. Now, as you then do this, I want you to feel like you get into this position and your hips are squeezing. This is going to be crucial because as you squeeze your hips, they push forwards and they tuck under. Why is this important? Helps you get into the right spine angle position, helps you hit up on the ball, helps you increase your club head speed, but also therefore your distance. So as you're doing this, you're holding this in here, you're going push up and out with the left leg, squeeze the cheeks. You can see how open I'm getting, and I'm really getting into this good position where I've squeezed my cheeks underneath me. It's going to give me the best possible a chance of increasing my club head speed and therefore getting into a better impact position with longer shots. Now, I know it's a little bit quirky. Who would have thought your swing thought would be squeeze the cheeks? But trust me, it's something that we find a lot of the best players do, and it's something where you have to engage your body in order to get into that great position. So let me try it for you. I'm going to feel like as I do all of these things, pushing that left hip out of the way, I'm going to squeeze my cheeks. That's going to get me tucked under into a great position, hopefully resulting in a faster club head speed and some longer drives. Let me give it a go for you right here. Clear the hip, squeeze the cheeks. That's my swing thought right here. Clear the hip, squeeze the cheeks. Now that definitely felt a lot faster. Felt like I really hit up on the ball. Nice high flight with a low spin. That's definitely increased my club head speed and also increased my distance. You must give it a try. I know it's a little bit quirky, but trust me, it's going to massively help. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give it a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you back here soon.